Balance is a feeling that you get from just having a sense of being whole and complete. It's a sense of harmony. We all seek balance. You always hear about that. Balance in all you do, balance in your work life relationships, balance not only in your body physically, which this practice is going to emphasize strength and balancing, but balance in all that you do, bringing the mind, the body, and the spirit together. It's all good and it's essential for the quality of life. Right now, take a stress number. We do this every day, but we're taking it really early on today. Take a stress number on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you? Hold on to that number. Remember it, and we're going to work some magic. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. This is where you practice your way. You modify. I showed a couple of modifications during the countdown of the timer, modifications to your Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll talk about modifications. You do it your way. The biggest thing, as the bottom of our screen says, is don't hurt. Well, it doesn't say that. It says do what's right for your body, but that means don't hurt. If something hurts, don't do it. It's not for you. Not everything is for everybody. I modify some poses for myself. Some I just cannot do, and I've accepted that, and I just, let it be. You do what you can with what you got, and everyday work to get stronger. It's a 1 hour long practice, kind of a vinyasa flow. One breath, one movement. We go through it quickly. So if you don't like something, or you don't want to do something, before you know it, we're on to another breath. And we're doing something else. So what you need to do, and the word is, here's the word for today, actually it's 2 words, is let go. Let go of expectations, let go of doubt, let go of so many things that are frustrating you, and just practice. Do your practice. Piper's really excited today. Let go of things. Stay in motion, keep moving, release whatever it is, and move forward. That's the big thing. All right, you're gonna need some props. Eye shade and towel are great for your final Shavasana or to put under your knees. A strap if you want to use that, if that's part of your practice. 2 yoga blocks, they're wonderful. Get them if you don't have them. That would be the main prop I think that you need. That and your eye shade. But they're all good props. Okay, so that's it. Maybe you've got a stable chair nearby. You've got your stress number locked in. We're going to come up to standing. All right, so here's the deal. You have these props. Buy them if you don't have them. They're not very expensive. You can be near a wall to do your chaturangas and to do some other poses. And, just for stability, you can be next to your wall. You can have a countertop nearby. It's all good. All right, just start. That's the thing. You got your stress number in. Let go and just start. All right, so here we are. Let's begin in a confident stance. That's a good pose to be in, right? Feet a little bit wider than hip width distance so you feel strong and stable. Maybe you got your chair here. Hands to your hips, shoulders are back and down. Breathe. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out through your mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Really sigh it out. Let it go. Sighs help. Believe in yourself. You've got this, and be patient with yourself. Good things take time. So shoulders back and down, chest is lifted. Hold on, good and strong here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Start to pop up onto the balls of your feet. Lift and lower, keeping your heels behind your toes as best you can. Adjust your feet. Adjust your stance so you're comfortable. And nothing wrong with having the chair there. What's the difference? No big deal. You're working on your balance a little bit more if you're not holding onto the chair. But what we're after is strengthening the feet and the ankles right now. So doing the chair, holding onto the chair, no detriment at all. And don't think I'm doing it less than I should. Let that stuff go. Don't should on yourself. Don't say I should do it this way, I should do it that way. Just doing is the most important part. All right, you're lifting and lowering, breathing. Chest is staying lifted. Find your strength. And then finish up. Plant your feet. Lift your arms high up to the sky. This is your extended mountain pose. Maybe you feel better to bring your feet in a little bit. Lengthen up through your fingertips. Breathe. Soften in your shoulders. Breathe. Interlace your fingers. Palms up toward the sky. Start to sway from side to side. This is your gentle palm tree pose. Swaying in the breeze. Moving your spine sideways. Waking it up. Introducing this movement to your body today. Breathe. Stretch. Feel good. Little bend in your elbows might be great. Holding on to a chair might be fine too. All right, finish up. Come on back to your extended mountain arms. Lift. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down to your low back. Squeeze your elbows to the back of the room. Push your belly forward. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or look high overhead. Think of your chest lifting up to the sky. Breathe. Exhale, hinge forward, taking your spine in another direction. Hinge forward, let your arms hang heavy. Little bend in your knees feels good. I think the bend in the knees makes it feel more intense. What do you think? Maybe release your fingertips toward the earth. Maybe let your hands come down to the earth. Look back toward your knees and shake your neck. Loosen up in your neck and shoulders. Maybe wiggle your shoulders. Maybe wiggle your knees. Just move. Maybe spread your feet a little bit wider, making room for your belly. That's okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wiggle your toes. Lift them up. Breathe. Slowly stack your spine up, one vertebra at a time, releasing your chin from your chest last when you come on up to standing. All right, we've moved our spine lots of different ways. Let's do some arm circles. Tee out your arms and start to draw circles on the sides of the wall. Add in your knees. Bend them when the fingers come down and raise the knee. Raise when the when the fingers come up. Straighten your legs. We do this live. No cuts. Can you tell? All right, breathe. Making big arm circles here. I don't know how big your arm circles are. Maybe smaller, feel a little more comfortable. Maybe less of a bend in the knees. You decide what feels good. And just don't be afraid to let go and take it a little bit deeper. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Breathe. You know, you got to have good balance. Today's practice is about balance and strength, and balance in your life, right? Balancing all kinds of things. Work life, professional life, family life. Come back to standing. As you're standing, shoulders are nice and back. Crown of the head up toward the sky. Start to sway from side to side, letting your arms hang heavy. All right, that whole thing about balance. Physical balancing helps prevent injury. That's why we started with our feet. You gotta move your feet. Move your toes, move your heels, challenge yourself. Move your feet so you'll have better balance. Look over one shoulder, then the other, and breathe. And balance is more than just your feet. Balance is your core, and we're gonna work on strengthening that. And it's in your brain, too. Your practice today will help you engage dormant muscles. As you engage your dormant muscles, you're going to get better posture, you're going to get stronger, and you're going to challenge your brain. It's all good. Let's finish up in this big coat swing, a nice controlled twist. Bring your arms back up high to the sky, extended mountain, lengthen up, root into your feet, maybe wiggle your toes. And remember to breathe. Keep those big breaths coming. Exhale, hands through, prayer center, fold forward. Toe heel your feet hip width distance apart so you feel nice and secure. Bend your elbows and bring your hands to opposite elbow creases. Gaze back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. Let your low back decompress as we take ragdoll pose. Start to sway gently from side to side. Bringing one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. That's your ragdoll pose. Feels so great. Do it throughout your day as you live your life, working on your balance, as you live your life, as you live your yoga off of your mat. Finish up, come back to the midline of your body. Try to wiggle the toes while holding on to the elbows. Maybe you need to open the eyes for a little more balance. Place your hands down on the ground, bend your knees, come on into a child's pose. All right, first opportunity to use your block if you like. Knees together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. Block can bring the ground up to you. You can rest your chin or your head or your forehead or your head or your chest on it. How's that? Soften in the shoulders. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Here's a classic child's pose on your block. You could remove the block, use a half height block, or no block at all and bring your head down. Breathe. Classic child's pose. An option is an extended child's pose. For that pose, knees are spread wide, hips go back towards your heels, arms are going to reach high to the top of your mat, and you're going to sink your head down again to either your block or to your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Our little warm-up pose in the standing sequence we did. Warmed up the body, got everything moving a little bit to know that motion's going to happen. Right now, we get into our heads. To do that, close your lips if you like and breathe in and out of your nose.
As you do this type of breathing called Ujjayi Pranayama breath, you're building heat in your body and you're allowing yourself to focus inward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to do it all through the nose. If it doesn't work for you, breathe any way you like. Just keep your breaths long. As you take deep inhales and deep exhales, just be observant of the fact if your breath gets shallow, it means you're trying too hard, you're stressing out. Don't do it. Back it up a bit and do what you can with what you got. Your child's pose, come back to it anytime you like because it's a great pose. You're working the shoulders, the quads, the knees, the ankles, the spine is lengthening. Your body's surrendering. Breathe. All right, from your child's pose, stay here longer if you like, and remember, you can come back to it anytime you want. Let's press on and do something else. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Send your hips high. Come into a downward facing dog. Your shoulders, your hands should be shoulder width distance apart. Your feet, they are hip width distance apart. Let your heels be slightly elevated. Send your gaze back to your ankles. Your knees are up towards your belly button. Heels are rated. Start to pedal them. As you pedal one heel closer to the earth and the other, push hard into your hands and shake your neck a little bit. Loosen it up. Still your head. Walk your feet to meet your hands or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up to the side of your room and you're going to come to an extended mountain. Lengthen up. Big breath in. Big breath out. Hands through prayer center. Forward fold. Fingers go toward the earth. They don't have to touch. You just send them forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Lengthen through your tailbone and the crown of your head. Create a flat back. Exhale. Plant your hands onto your mat or onto the wall. As I showed you earlier, step back from the wall. Press your hands into the wall as if you were on the mat like I am now. I'm going to hinge forward into a high plank. I'm going to place my shoulders over my wrists. This is the high plank position. You could take it on your knees if you like. Don't sweat it. From a high plank, let's do Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows, come down to a low plank. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Press your chest forward. You can be on your knees if you like. Breathe. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. You could go back into a wide-legged child's pose too. It's all good. Modify and make it work for a happy you. All right, let's do it again. Feet walk to meet the hands or hands walk to meet the feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Reach through your extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Let the air go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana, maybe on the knees. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or knees spread wide. Back to your wide-legged child's pose. Let's meet back in a down dog. Feet walk to meet your hands or hands walk to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm going to do high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Shake your neck and let it go. You did it. Let's do a sun salutation B. To do that, still your feet. Feet walk to meet your hands or hands walk to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Bend in your knees, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Knees are bent, arms are reaching. Sink the weight into your bottom a little bit more. As you bring your bottom down, trying to work your thighs a little more parallel to the earth. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Strengthen those big muscles, those quads. Lengthen through your fingertips, sink your bottom a little lower. Lengthen through your fingertips, sink your bottom a little lower and hold. Now hands to prayer center, straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is nice and flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step it back. Remember Chaturanga Dandasana, your variation? Let's do it. High plank, low plank, up dog. Exhale, down dog. As you're ready, kick your right leg high to the sky. Sweep it through as you exhale to a low lunge, bringing your right foot between your two front hands. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Back foot spirals down, so all four feet, all four of your paws, your feet are planted on the mat, good and solid. Right toes shine forward, bend into your right knee, knee over ankle. Back foot at a 45 or 90 degree angle. I'm going to wiggle my right toes a little more forward, tee out the arms. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Reach strongly through your fingers. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, settle into your legs. From your waist down, keep it good and tight and strong, and don't move. Don't come up, come down, settle in like you're in cement. Inhale, lengthen up. And then when you're ready, turn your head to the right, look over your right middle finger. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach to the front of your room. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Reach through your left fingers, reach through your right fingers down toward the earth. Big stretch here. Lengthen, look up to your left hand. Inhale, rise up, but keep your body in cement. Rise on up, right arm high, left arm low. Look up and breathe. That's your reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank to low plank. Push the earth away, up dog. Tuck your feet, down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. All right, we did it on one side. Let's do it on the other side. Left foot kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. Come on up to standing, shoulders over hips, feet planted. Remember that. Sink low. Wiggle the left toes, maybe more to the top of the mat. Low body is in cement. Hold it right here. Good and strong warrior legs. Now tee out your arms. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, settle in. Soften your shoulders. You're strong. Inhale, lengthen up. Look to the left. Exhale, reach to the left. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. And if you don't like the arms good and straight, bend your left elbow. Rest the forearm onto your thigh. Any way you like it. Breathe, stretch. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm comes down, left arm goes up, and you look up. Breathe. Breathe, stretch, you got it. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands surround the foot. Left foot meets right. High plank, low plank. Press the earth away, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Let's do it again. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Lengthen. You know this. We're going to take it. Utkatasana. Chair pose. Bend your knees. Play with this one again. Reach through your fingers. Sink into your heels. Lengthen. You could have a chair here too. Totally good. You could be seated in your chair and doing your warrior poses. Breathe. Lengthen through your fingers. Sink lower in your bottom. Breathe. Lengthen and sink low. One more. Lengthen. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. Straighten the knees. Fold forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale. Plant your hands. Step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana, or just go back to down dog. Play with it. Modify it. Your practice. Just do. Let go of doubt. We'll meet in down dog. Right leg will kick high. Exhale. Sweep it through to your low lunge. Come on up to standing. Feet solidly planted. Arms teed out. Bend into the knee. Lengthen up. Put a smile on your face because you're doing, and it feels good to do. Exhale. Reach to the right. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel the arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Let it feel good. Still your feet. Left leg kicks high. Bring it forward in a low lunge. Rise on up to standing. Left toes forward, right foot planted. Sink on down, tee out the arms. Settle in, nestle in, be strong. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Soften in your shoulders and reach through your fingers. Turn left, look left, reach left. Tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Look up. Cartwheel the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands down, feet back, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal, breathe, let it go. When you're ready, still your feet, bend your knees, hover the knees above the earth, and come on down to your knees. Grab a drink. That was your warm-up, your sun salutation A and your sun salutation B. The idea with our first warm-up, the little gentle warm-up is getting the body moving, kind of getting everything firing. Sun A and sun B to get your heart pumping, to really work those big muscles and those lunges, and to just really let go of the stress. All right, let's go. Drink, and let's come on and do our core stuff on the ground. Okay, so here you go. For our core stuff on the ground, we usually do some variation of these 3 poses. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and take your time coming back. We're gonna do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, so take your time. You know, you are in control here. You've got to exercise that control to let the magic work in your body. All the way down. Shoulders are down, knees are open wide, soles of your feet touch, fingertips lightly to your temples. You can stay right here if you like. Take a big breath in, maybe a big sighing breath out. Maybe you breathe through your mouth for these next couple poses, because during that sun A and sun B, that's intense. All right, as you exhale, let's let our chin come up to the sky. As you inhale, come on down. Exhale up, inhale down. Little lifts, little lowers. Shoulders come up, maybe a bit off the ground, keeping your elbows and knees open wide. Breathe, work your core. Everything we do works our core. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then let's finish. Let's come on down. Keep your hands right where they are. Bend your knees. Let's do bicycle. Okay, take the variation you like. You can keep the soles of your feet on the ground. A little bit of space between your knees so your quads are in alignment. And when you're ready, you can keep your feet down and lift your shoulders up, turning one elbow toward one knee, then the other elbow toward the other knee. Little twists here. You can do that, or come down on the shoulders, lift your feet on up, knees over your hips, put your fingers back on your temples, and drive through your heels as if you were riding a recumbent bicycle on a beach in Key West, Florida. How's that? That sounds like fun. All right, breathe through your recumbent bicycle riding, or put it all together. Peel your shoulders up, elbows to opposite knees as you pedal your bicycle. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Another variation, keep the legs straight and scissor kick them. Which do you prefer? All right, let's finish up here. Woo, come down. Fully reclined stick pose, palms touch. Reach through your fingers, point through your toes. You're a big number 1. Hold it here, breathe here. Let's do boat. All right, if you like to use the strap for your boat pose and you know how to do that, go right ahead. Other days we use straps. Today I'm not going to use a strap. Come back every day for a different kind of practice and you'll learn to use your props. All right, hands underneath your knees are low on the hamstrings, right above the backs of the knees. Bend your knees and rock and roll up. Now, if you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, don't roll. Check with your doctor. But if you don't, have some fun. Rock and roll like you're going to do a somersault, okay? All right, have a good time with that. Come on up to seated. Lean on back like you're in a recliner. Send your shoulders on back and down, and take the little bit of weight out of your feet. Find your little bit of balance here. Chest is lifted, and you're gazing forward. Maybe you straighten one leg or the other, or you keep a little bend in them. That's fine too. Lean back as if you were in that nice, comfortable recliner. Take your hands, reach them forward. Arms can go up, up, up. Play with that a little bit. See what you think about that pose. Reach, lengthen, you've got it. Hands to prayer center, maybe a little bend in your knees. Row your boat. One elbow toward the earth, then the other toward the other side of the earth. How's that? Just row a boat. Twist in the waist. You've got it. On Fridays, sometimes we do this with weights. That's fun. All right, let's finish. Come on back up to seated. Hug your heels in toward your bottom. Hug them in. Forearms wrap around your shins. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Pop on up to your toes, maybe, and find your balance here. You got to hold on tightly. Breathe. So find your balance, your physical balance. Circle your ankles in one way and circle them in another way. Why not? Lengthen up, finish. Feet come down. Let's find some physical balance. Oh my goodness, you got to get your head into the present moment for this pose. We're going to do crow. We're going to use 2 blocks to do crow. The idea with crow here is it's a slight inversion. Inversions are good for the brain. All right, plus it builds confidence. All right, here we go. 2 blocks at their stable height, about 18 inches apart. Everybody's different because everybody's height is different. Okay, so come to stand on your back block. Put a bend in your knees. Hold on right here. Maybe this is where you stay. I'm going to drive my knees open wide to the sides of the room. My triceps, the back of my upper arm, I'm going to put my knees onto the triceps. I'm going to hinge forward here. My hands are flat on the earth. The knees are behind the triceps, and just hang out here for a little bit. Kind of tight, kind of concise. Breathe. All right, you know what? You know who loves this pose? Well, Meredith loves it, but Liz, you always love this pose. Good on you, girl. All right, you are strong. Okay, hands flat on the earth, knees behind the triceps. Hinge forward now to the point where most of the weight's on your hands, like you're doing a plank. Squeeze your elbows, squeeze your knees into your triceps, and hinge forward. Maybe bring your head onto the block. Maybe lift your feet up off the back block. Find your balance. Have fun with it. This is your crow pose. You can do it without the blocks if you like. If you fall out, get right back in because it's fun. And when you're done, we'll come out of it. All right, just try it. Maybe you don't take it all the way. Maybe you just are balancing on the hands, but just try. Challenge yourself a little bit with that inversion where you kind of just throw yourself off balance a little bit. You're taking the weight out of your feet, bringing them onto your arms and your hands. It's a good thing. All right, let's remove the blocks. Let's do our lunge sequence now. All right, so press into your hands, come back to your down dog. Woo! Feet are hip-width distance apart, shake your neck, pedal it out, loosen up your low back. When you're ready, kick your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep that right leg through. I have to swing mine around on the right side. I just can't do it any other way, but I can do it on the left. Maybe you find similar things you can do, things you can't do. Embrace them, don't sweat them. All right, all 10 toes are pointing forward. Back heel is lifted. Bend into the right knee. Wiggle your right toes more forward. Bend into the right knee, bringing the right thigh more parallel to the earth. Drop down to your back knee if you like, or stay up on it if you want. Arms are lifted high. Here's your lunge. Hold it here. Breathe. Lengthen through your fingers. Stay strong. Hands to prayer center as you take an exhale. And when you're ready, let's take a twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You're looking down to your right foot. Hands are stacked, elbow is stacked. Lengthen through the crown of your head. That knee, you can come down on the back knee if you want, or lift it up. Twist and look to the right. Look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, twist. Look up towards your elbow or higher. Breathe. You stay here as long as you like. Let's finish. Come hands back to prayer center. Back knee comes down onto the ground if it's not already there. Top of the back foot comes onto your mat. Wiggle your right toes up toward the right top corner of your mat. Find a block or two. Right toes wiggle up to the top right corner of the mat. Put a towel under your left knee if that feels better. Press your hands into your block. Lengthen through your spine. Hold it here. If you want, open up onto the right razor edge, pinky toe side of your leg, of your right leg. Open up the knee wide, lengthen. You can press into your block. You can press into your mat. You can press your forearms into the block, lengthening through the spine, or forearms come down to the earth and press your forearms into the mat. Let's come out of this runner's lunge and go into a side plank. Come on up, straighten up through straight arms. Left arm is your foundation, left shoulder over left wrist. Right foot goes on back to meet the left. Take it lots of different ways. Have this left arm nice and straight for alignment and stability. You can be on your bottom knee. Right leg can lift off the ground. Right hand on the shoulder, right arm up to the sky. All good. Take it to another layer. Both legs are long, but they're kind of staggered as a kickstand. Or stack the ankles, right arm goes up, look up, keep your hips lifted, side plank. Finish in your side plank, hands come down, come back to down dog. Pedal through your heels and breathe. Breathe, pedal through the heels. Shake your neck, loosen it, let it go. We have another side to do. Lift your left leg up. As you exhale, sweep the left leg through in between the two front hands. Rise on up to your variation of your lunge. Back heel is lifted, arms are lifted. Maybe you want to keep them on your hips or on a chair. Lots of ways to do it. Just do it. Maybe you come down to the knee completely, totally fine. Arms lift up. Little baby back bend if you like. Hold it here. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through your spine. Remember, you can be down on the back knee or you can pop it on up. Hold it here. Right elbow now to the outside of the left knee. Lengthen up as you look down at your left toes. Hands are stacked, elbows are stacked. Lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Lengthen and twist, lengthen and twist. Do what's right for you. Slowly come back to prayer center with the hands. Come down to the bottom knee if you're not already there. Runner's lunge. Left toes wiggle to the top left corner of the mat. Block, position it if you want to use it. Inside the left leg. Right leg goes long on the mat. Top of the right foot on the mat. Lengthen here and hold right here. You don't have to go any farther. Maybe you open up onto the pinky toe. Adjust your arms to wherever you like. Be down on your mat. Breathe. Press into your hands. Time for your side plank. Send your left leg back to meet the right. Take the variation you like, but first align that right arm good and straight. You want it straight for strength. Bottom knee, you can be on it. Left leg can lift, hand on the hips. Legs can be long and kick-standed. Ankles can be stacked. Arm can go high. Look up to your left arm. Hold here in your very powerful side plank. Finish. Hand comes down. Come to a down dog. Pedal it out. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Let's do a couple balancing poses. All right, so for your balancing today, tree pose, a chair, counter, find to hold on to. Perhaps it's hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. You've come this far. You haven't come this far to quit. You're getting stronger every day with every pose. Hold on. Find the balance in your life. Literally, we're going to find the balance in this pose. Weight into the left foot. Right foot, come up onto the ball of the right foot. Open up the knee to the side of the room. You can kickstand your foot, or you can bring the foot inside the left leg. Just don't place your foot onto the side of your knee. So place the foot wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe hands on the hips or to a chair. Maybe they stay at prayer center. These are all maybes. Maybe grow your branches. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet and sway your arms. Move those branches, right? A tree's got to sway to keep its balance and not topple over. So you're rooted strongly into your foot. Breathe. Here's another balance challenge. You know this one. Kind of close the eyes a little bit or take a little bit of a blink. It's a little longer than normal as you allow your proprioception to kick in. It's a challenge, isn't it? Proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space. Usually we use our eyes to keep our balance, but by closing your eyes, it's more of a challenge. We all need more challenges. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the right foot next to the left. Tree pose on the other side. Vrikasana. Root into the right foot. Weight out of the left. Open up the knee to the side. Slip the foot on up to wherever feels right. Today, your practice. Nobody else's. You've got to do what speaks to you. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Look up. Grow the branches if you like, or grow one branch. Breathe, wave, let it be. Maybe the eyes, how does that sound? Give them a quick blink or not. Nobody's checking out if you're doing it or not. You just gotta do what speaks to you. If you fall out, get right on back in. All right, hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets the right. You did it. That was tree pose on both sides. Most excellent. Let's do eagle pose next. Bend into your knees. Maybe you're seated in your chair. Totally fine. Bend into the knees, arms. Reach the arms forward. If this doesn't feel good, hands can be on opposite shoulders or prayer center, or maybe you want to keep them on your hips. Check it out. I'm going to reach through my arms. I'm going to sit low back into my heels. Breathe. So chair pose, right? Essentially. I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to sweep it under my left. Palms touch. Elbows squeeze down. I'm going to gaze over my fingertips. Hold it right here. Now the top body, the arms are all pretzeled up, right, in your eagle pose. Let's kind of do the same thing in the bottom. Root into the left foot. Take the weight out of the right. Lift the right leg up. Maybe cross the right leg over the left. Take the top of the right foot and hook it behind the left calf. Sink low, squeeze, all that you got. If no big deal, you fall out, get right back in. We're not going to end on a failing note. We're going to end on practice, practice, practice until we succeed. Squeeze the elbows down. Look over your fingertips. And then let's finish. Right foot meets left. Arms uncurled and they go high to the sky. Take a baby back bend. Fingertips go back up to the sky. Let's do it on the other side. Bend into your knees in your chair pose. Take the arms to however you like. This time I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right and palms touch. If none of these are working, maybe give yourself a big hug. It's all good. You have fun with the movements. Palms are touching, elbows squeezed down, fingers, tips, you're looking over them. Sit comfortably in your chair. This time, I'm going to take the left leg up, cross it over, top of the left foot, behind the right calf, sink low, and breathe. Hold in this variation of eagle pose. Release the left leg to the ground. Arms uncurl, arms go high, baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bring your hands on down to your mat. Come on back to a downward facing dog. Maybe take a chaturanga dandasana. Hips go high, breathe, push into the earth. Speaking of the hips, let's do a half pigeon pose. Ekapada Rajakapotasana, big pose. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, let the air go. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Slip your left leg down. The left leg is long on your mat. Top of the left foot is on your mat. Work your right shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. You can have a block at the top of the mat. Come down to your forearms. Maybe rest your head on the block. Or no block at all. Rest your head on your hands. Elbows wide. Breathe. Adjust your hips so your hips are equal distant to the mat. The tendency is to let the right hip, the bent knee side, let it kind of fall more toward the earth. Purposely come out of that. Bring the left hip down a little bit more so your hips are equal distant to the mat. Soften in your shoulders and let it go. This is your half pigeon pose. Other days of the week, we'll do it lots of different ways. If this just is not comfy on your knees, have a towel under the knee, or come back another day. We'll do it another way so you can learn other modifications. As you're ready, press on up. Press into your hands, tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg back to meet the left, but send it high up and shake it out a little bit. Shake it out, move it around. Find mobility in that hip and that knee. Plant the right foot next to the left. Send your hips high. This is your down dog. Look back toward your knees or your belly button. Tailbone high to the sky. Let's do half pigeon on the left. Left leg kicks it high to the sky. As you exhale, left knee behind your left wrist. Right leg long and straight on the mat. You don't have to work the shin of the left leg a little more parallel to the top of the mat. It's up to you. Not everybody likes it. Press into your hands, hips equidistant. Kind of play with your hips a little bit. You could always take a block, that's another tip, and slip the block underneath the glutes of the bent knee side. It'll keep your hips equidistant. It'll keep that left side from collapsing. Can't go anywhere, the block's in the way. Maybe slip on down to the block, to crossed hands, elbows spread wide, shoulders are soft, right leg long, nice good stretch in your hips and your glutes. Breathe in, breathe out. As you're ready. Sometimes we do this in a restorative practice too, and we hold it for a long period of time. And you cross that threshold to where this starts to feel really, really super wonderful. All right, you got the stretch on? Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. Tuck your back right toes under. Send your left leg back to meet the right, and then send it high. Shake it out. You've done it. Shake your head. Let it be. Come back to your downward facing dog. Press into your hands. Lift your tailbone high. Breathe. Pedal it out. Let it feel good. When you're ready, bend your knees, hover the knees above the earth, press into your hands, good and strong, shoulders over your wrists, hold it here. Come on down to your knees. Let's do a few things on our stomach. Send your legs good and long on your mat. Send your arms long and high to the top of your mat like an extended child's pose. Let's do Superman. All right. Wiggle your feet so your legs are comfortable. They don't have to be zipped up like in Cobra. We're going to do Spider-Man. So the tops of the ankles are kind of to the edges of your mat. Your nose, your chin, your forehead is down on your mat. Start to begin by lifting one leg, then the other. Keep your head down and rest here. Lift one leg, then the other, and then maybe lift both legs. You're going to balance on your pelvis. Breathe. All right, maybe put the legs down and lift one arm, then the other. Maybe lift both arms and feel how that feels. Maybe add in all four limbs, lengthen through all four limbs, reach through all four limbs. Think of Superman flying. You're balancing on your pelvis. Chest is a little bit lifted. Breathe, lengthen, and then let's take it to swimmer. Start to kick your legs. Start to let your arms move. Breathe, breathe. Strengthen your spine. Finish. Superman comes on down, all four limbs down to the earth. Bend your elbows, hands underneath your collarbones. Now zip your legs up for Cobra. Big toes touch. Press the tops of your feet into your mat as best you can. They're going to want to pop up, but try to press them down. Elbows are wide to the side of your room. Press your hands into the earth. When you're ready, on an inhale, let your chest float on up. Let your chest float on up as you gaze down your nose. Press the tops of your feet as best you can into the mat. Lengthen up, breathe. Lengthen up, breathe. Your hands, little to no weight in them. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Squeeze your elbows back towards your feet. Lift a little higher, hold. Come on down. All the way down, arms by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat. Soften in your shoulders. Fingers reach toward your feet. Maybe turn your head a little more so your left ear is on the mat. Breathe. Head back to the midline. Chin is at the center of your mat. Bend your feet. Take your hands. Reach back towards your feet. Lift up through the chest. That's good. Hold on. Maybe you capture your ankles from the outside. Wiggle your knees back together. Kick hard into your hands. Breathe. Gaze down your nose. Floor bow. Dhanurasana. Finish. Legs come down. Arms come down. Head turns in the other direction. Right cheek, right ear on the mat. breathe. That was your floor bow pose. Ooh, big one. All right, let's turn our head back to the center. Bend your elbows again, bringing your hands underneath your collarbones. Press on up as you straighten in the elbows. Press on up, seal pose, soften in your bottom. Come on up to a standing on your knees pose. Once you're standing on your knees, bring your hands to your low back as if you were placing your hands in pockets of jeans. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Look forward. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Take a baby back bend. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe look up high overhead. And then maybe, if it's in your practice, maybe you look back to the back of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet back there. Maybe you capture your heels, lift through the chest, and breathe. Place your hands back on your low back as you come on up. Shoulders over your hips. How are you doing? Have a seat on your heels. I'm going to grab a drink of water. As you have this seat on your heels, you're in a pose here called Thunderbolt. Nice stretch in the quads. All right, we're almost done. Okay. Always have that water handy. All right, come on down and onto your back. But before you come all the way down, grab your eye shade of your towel and bring it on up by your shoulders. Okay, nothing fancy here, our usual little things. Come to recline, but remember, take it slowly because you're in control. You're maintaining control. You want to maintain control, don't you? All right, come all the way down. All the way down. Shoulders are down on your mat. Bridge pose. Bend your knees. All right, feet are parallel to each other, heels towards your bottom. Arms are down by your sides. Press into your arms, press hard into your strong feet, and let your hips lift on up. Now think about this for a second. You're pushing hard into your feet. Wouldn't it be nice to wiggle your shoulders closer together towards your spine? You feel like that bridge and your hips just lifted another 6 feet high. Press hard into your feet. Press into your hands. Hold it here. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your low back and press your pinkies into your mat. Hold it here, good and strong in your bridge pose. Hold it up. Press it on up and breathe. Breathe. As you're ready, release your hands from behind your back and roll your spine down slowly, one vertebra at a time. When you're ready, legs go long on your mat. And come on up to seated. Maybe use your hands to press up or think of your strong core and pull on up. Legs are long, arms go high to the sky, toes up to the sky as well. Lengthen up here. Sigh it out, let it go. Reach parallel arms. Arms are now parallel to your legs and they're reaching forward. Reach, reach, reach. Great for your low back. Look forward, reach forward, lengthen up. And then exhale, belly button to your spine as you reach even farther. Maybe have your hands, find your ankles, your calves, whatever. Hug your elbows in and fold forward. Take a restorative forward fold as you look down toward your knees. Soften in your shoulders, breathe. Slowly come on back up, shoulders over your hips. Just feels really good to send your legs wide. Legs nice and wide, reach your hands toward the front of your room. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out, belly button to the spine. Maybe you can reach your fingers a little farther. Slowly come on back up, shoulders over your hips, supine twist. All right, for this pose, soles of your feet are on your mat, hands to center. Practice that whole control thing, right? Come on down, all the way down. Supine twist. Left leg goes long. Draw the left toes up towards your shin. That has the effect of sending that left heel really long to the bottom of your mat. Bend your right knee and hug the right knee in. You can use your little towel that's by your shoulders to hug your knee in if you would like to reach it with the towel. You could also take your interlaced fingers and hug them underneath the knee. So think of the ball and socket in your hip. Draw it in good and tight. Your arms are strong. You did lots of Chaturanga Dandasanas, whatever variation you took. So your arms are strong. Hug the knee in good and tight. Circle the ankle in one direction, then the other as you strengthen your foundation. Finding that harmony, that peace in the balance. All right, hug it in good and strong. Now it's time to do the twist part. Your right knee's hugged in, so use your left hand to cross the midline of your body. Let the knee of the right leg come to the left side as you roll onto your left hip. Right shoulder. Keep it down by teeing out your right arm. Maybe your gaze is up toward the sky. Maybe you send your gaze over your right extended arm. A little bit of a twist going on. Not a little bit, a lot of twist going on. Breathe in, breathe out. As you're ready, gaze goes back up to the sky and the right hip comes back down to the ground and the right knee goes back up to the sky. Interlace fingers or towel again. Hug this knee in. Oh, this feels good. Breathe. Release the right leg long. Drive the right heel to the bottom of the mat. Draw the right toes toward the right shin. That leg is long. It is so long and straight you can feel it all the way up through your hips, can't you? Left knee bends. Left knee bends. Hands interlace. Fingers interlace underneath the left knee, or use your towel. Draw the leg in. So similar. Think about this. When we did half pigeon a moment ago, we drew the knee up and in, pretty similar in the hips, right? We just build on our poses. Hug this knee in, good and strong. Circle the ankle this way and that. Right hand now guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Tee out the left arm, gaze to the left. Soften in the left shoulder. And this right hand, it can be encouraging the left leg down. Doesn't have to be a lot, but maybe just kind of guide it. As you take a big full exhale, see how it kind of deepens your twist. Time to finish up. Gaze back up to the sky. Left hip comes down. Knee goes up to the sky. Let's hug it in again. And even circle the ankles if you want again. It's all good. Left leg goes long to meet the right on the mat. Draw both heels up and in toward your bottom. Knees toward your chest. Happy baby time. Ananda Balasana. Left hand under left knee. Right hand under right knee. Now think of your hips kind of coming out. Bringing the knees to the armpits here. Rock a little bit from side to side. I hope that feels nice on your low back, kind of a low back massage. Maybe you draw circles on the ceiling with your knees. And if you're doing that in one direction, do it in the other direction as well. Send the knees wide to the armpits. Maybe take your hands inside your calves and hold right there. Maybe that's where you are today. Don't push too hard. Maybe you reach for your heels, draw your toes towards your shins, and send your legs up to the sky. Every little bit is going to build every day. This trick is the hardest part, the time. Coming back. Extend one leg, then the other. Leg bends and alternate. The hardest part's coming back. The hardest part is taking the time. We've all got the same amount of time in the day. Take the time to come back and show up and just do. And little by little, you'll be so pleasantly surprised how the mobility and flexibility and strength comes back. All right, release your legs. Knees are bent. Send them long on your mat and find your towel or your eye shade. Cover your eyes with one or the other, or maybe you use one for a pillow under your head, whatever feels right. It's nice to cover the eyes though, and the weighted eye shade is extra, extra nice. Heels toward the bottom edges of your mat so the legs are spread a little bit. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, shoulders soft. In fact, tuck your shoulders slightly under your back like you did when we did bridge pose. Eyes are closed. Breathe. Soften in your jaws. Eyes are heavy in your eye sockets. Soften the area between your eyebrows. And just let your whole body nestle in. Move it if you have to just get comfortable. And just let your whole body nestle in. Move it if you have to just get comfortable. This is your final Shavasana pose, a really, really important pose in that it just lets you find peace at the end of a challenging practice.
Deep breath in and deep breath out. Okay, here's another hint for our practice. Practice with your remote control by your shoulders too, so you can put the practice on pause, so you can stay longer in your final Shavasana pose, whatever time permits. And when you're ready to come out, you just unpause the video and let's come out of final Shavasana. Take a big breath in and a big sighing breath out through your mouth like how we started. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Appreciate the newfound mobility there. Circle the toes, the ankles, the wrists, the fingers. Just move them. On an inhale, reach high up overhead and take your big good morning stretch. Breathe. Point your toes. Reach to the fingers. Lengthen up. Exhale. Bend your knees and your elbows. Roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Let your low arms bicep be a pillow for your head. Soften your top shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Savor the breath here. Big breath in. And big breath out. As you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position with your hands, without your hands, with your eyes open, with your eyes closed. You just move, knowing that you're in control. Sit comfortably, whatever that is. Hands to center, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Magic. Blink your eyes open. All right, you took a stress number. What was it when we started? We took it early on. How did you come to the practice? Now, think about it. How do you feel? How's that stress? Oh my gosh, you performed magic. You really did, and yoga does work magic in you. Your yoga gives you balance. Balance is that feeling you get from being whole and complete. She's staring right at the camera. It's a sense of harmony, and don't we all want that? And that harmony is essential to maintaining a good quality of life, and we all want that too. All right, we will see you on your mats tomorrow. Every day we practice live, start to finish, so that's kind of unique because a lot of things are cut and pasted together. So we practice live from the privacy of your own home, and we do something different every day. We do yoga like today, which is probably one of the harder practices. Friday's a real challenge too, because we incorporate Pilates and bar and other yoga, right? and other yoga poses. We make it a challenge, and we use weights as well. All right, and the other days we do restorative, we do yin, we do kind of whatever. But the idea is to just shake it up so it stays interesting, I hope, and you move different muscles and different body parts to make your life be in total harmony, be in total balance, and just feel good. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. Have a great day, everybody. Love